Hi, I'm Nicole Hoffman, and this is my second 422 response to the Weaving Technology into the Classroom article last night. I figured out that it was due last night, and so I read the article and I posted a video, but the video did not work, or the sound didn't work, and I didn't realize that because I was on the article the whole time, and I didn't see this little sound bar going up and down, so I've come to fix that. Anyways, um, so the themes in the article and the connection to class and the connection to education, this article and this class is really the first time I've ever heard about technology replacing the teacher, and I really like what he was saying in the article about having it enhance what the teacher's doing and the technology be there to be just another tool that the teacher can use, and that's kind of what I've always thought of it as, because I know growing up my mom always told me and my dad always told me to, be really active in the classroom, and if I had a question to ask the teacher, and I just don't think that kids can learn well if they're just looking at a screen, and if they have a question or they have to troubleshoot whatever their computer or iPad is messing up, then I don't think that's going to really help them learn. Also, it kind of freaked me out a little bit when somewhere in the article he was talking about how when they started coming up with the film strips and the VCRs and all this kind of stuff in, like, I think the 60s, yeah, or maybe it was before the 60s then, because this was the mainframe. Anyways, sorry. When he started coming up with that stuff, or it started coming out and integrating into education, a lot of people were saying, well, you just have to flash these images in front of the students, and because of the way that their brain is, it's going to pick it up and they're going to remember it. That's kind of like brainwashing to me and subliminal messaging, and so that kind of creeps me out a little bit. And I also think it's interesting that somewhere in the article he mentioned how one of the parents were so excited to meet him, because he had a lot to do with integrating technology into the school because of the new computer and all that stuff. And he was talking to him and saying, how easy it probably was for him, because he thinks that when his daughter finally gets to high school that she's going to be learning just from the internet. And I think it's interesting that a parent would be super happy and excited about that, because I just don't see my parents being happy about that, especially how much they emphasize how well a teacher, teaches, and how you have to respect them in the classroom, and how you have to, ask them questions and be active and everything. And so connections to class, we've talked about that in class a few times, and I really like that you've mentioned, that technology can't replace us. Computers and machines, they can't do our jobs for us. And as educators, I think we need to realize that, but I also think, well, future educators, I also think that we need to realize that I think technology is going to be super important by the time we finally start teaching, which isn't that long away, but we can't be scared to use it. We can't, be scared to kind of integrate it into our lesson. And I thought it was interesting how he said that when he was trying to do that, he could never find the time, or there weren't enough projectors, or there wasn't enough time, and the only time he had was because the school would only allow him to do it during his planning time, and he showed movies that he'd never previewed before, and so they became the major event in the classroom that day. They didn't integrate with the lecture, and I think as future educators we need to learn how to do that and manage our time well enough so that we can integrate it into our lecture instead of it becoming something that we can't. Sorry, excuse me. So, because this is my second vlog, you probably realized that this is, well, now my second time ever posting one. I didn't even have a YouTube account before this, I just went on there to watch music videos. But it's not too bad. I just know that I don't have my screen up so that I can see my face. I actually have the article up right now because I want to keep contact with the camera, because I've watched so many videos where people aren't looking at the camera, and I know I keep looking off because it's kind of weird just to stare at a green light. But anyways, I think this is a really interesting way for us to record our responses. and it's nice to have it there so that we can go back and look at it, which obviously I did too late last night, and I didn't have time to go and figure out how to fix the microphone. But yeah, this has been a pretty interesting experience, and I really liked, well, the introduction to his book that we read, Weaving Technology into Your Teaching. And I kind of like the point of view he's taking and how he is focusing more on the teachers, because we're the ones that are being pressured to, use it, and I just hope that when, that day comes, that I'll be okay and I'll be comfortable enough to try to use it in my classroom too. So thank you, and hopefully I didn't glare the whole time and I kind of looked okay. Yeah, and I just realized that my head was kind of up this whole time, so sorry about that.